Have you ever wondered who was the Roman Socrates? Today we delve into the life of Gaius Musonius Rufus, a prominent figure in Stoic philosophy. Born in Volsini, Etruria in the heart of the Roman Empire, Rufus's life was destined to be anything but ordinary. His journey into philosophy began at a young age, sparking a curiosity that would shape the course of his life. He was drawn to the teachings of Stoicism, a school of philosophy that emphasized the importance of virtue, wisdom, and the pursuit of a life in harmony with nature. As a young man, Rufus immersed himself in these teachings, dedicating his life to the study and practice of Stoic philosophy. His passion for philosophy was matched only by his desire to share his knowledge with others, setting him on a path that would lead him to Rome, the bustling heart of the Roman Empire. So, the stage was set for Rufus to become a leading figure in the Stoic philosophy, but it was in Rome where he truly made his mark. From the quiet town of Volsini to the bustling city of Rome, Rufus began to influence the Stoic philosophy. Upon entering the vibrant city, Rufus found himself in the midst of a society in flux, caught between the excesses of Nero's reign and the timeless virtues of Stoicism. Undeterred by the opulence around him, Rufus began to teach, emphasizing the importance of virtue and the practical application of philosophy in daily life. Rufus was a unique figure in the landscape of Rome. He didn't just teach philosophy from the comfort of an ivory tower. Instead, he walked the cobblestone streets, sharing his wisdom with all who would listen. He believed that philosophy was not a lofty intellectual exercise but a practical and accessible guide to virtuous living. Rufus's teachings resonated in the hearts of many Romans. His words were not abstract theories or distant ideas. They were concrete principles that could be applied in the marketplace, in the Senate, in the home. He taught that virtue was not a product of status or wealth, but a characteristic that could be cultivated by anyone, regardless of their social standing. Central to Rufus's teachings was the idea that philosophy should guide one's character. He believed that the true philosopher didn't merely understand the principles of Stoicism, but lived them out every day. In this philosophy, virtue was not a mere concept, but a lived experience, a guiding light that shaped one's actions and interactions. However, Rufus's teachings were not without controversy. His emphasis on virtue and the practical application of philosophy challenged the status quo, making many uncomfortable. He argued against the societal norms of his time, advocating for the education and moral development of women. He believed that women, like men, were capable of understanding and practicing philosophy, a view that was radical and revolutionary in his time. But as with many great thinkers, Rufus's ideas weren't universally accepted, leading to a dramatic turn in his life. In 65 AD, Rufus was exiled, a decision likely influenced by his teachings. But this was not the end of his philosophical journey. Cast out from Rome, the heart of civilization in the 1st century AD, Rufus found himself in a world of uncertainty. His Stoic beliefs were now put to the ultimate test. He had to live his philosophy, not just preach it. During his exile, Rufus's teachings evolved, perhaps becoming more profound and resilient. His philosophy, already rooted in the practicalities of daily life, might have deepened, shaped by the harsh realities of life in exile. Then, under the rule of Emperor Galba, Rufus made his triumphant return to Rome. His return was not just a physical one, but a philosophical homecoming. The experiences of his exile had honed his teachings, making them even more robust and relatable. Rufus's return marked a new chapter in his life, one that would leave a lasting impact on Stoic philosophy. Rufus's philosophy didn't just influence his contemporaries, it has continued to shape Stoic thought even today. His teachings, brimming with practical wisdom, still echo across the centuries, reminding us of the importance of virtue and morality in everyday life. Rufus believed that philosophy wasn't just a realm of abstract ideas and lofty debates. Instead, he saw it as a practical guide for navigating life's choppy waters. To him, philosophy was a tool for molding character, cultivating virtue, and making wise decisions. He taught that ethics wasn't just about theoretical principles, but about how we live our lives each day. But Rufus didn't stop there. He went against the grain of his society by arguing for the education and moral development of women. In a time when women were often relegated to the sidelines, Rufus saw their potential for wisdom and virtue. He believed that women were as capable as men of understanding and practicing philosophy, and he advocated for their inclusion in philosophical education. This was a radical idea in his time, but one that speaks to his profound belief in the universality of wisdom and virtue. Rufus also championed the virtues of simplicity and self-sufficiency. He taught that true happiness didn't come from accumulating wealth or seeking external validation, but from living in harmony with nature and being independent of external circumstances. He believed that by stripping away unnecessary desires and focusing on what truly matters, we can find contentment and peace. And let's not forget Rufus's role as a teacher of Epictetus, another titan of Stoic philosophy. Epictetus absorbed Rufus's teachings and wove them into his own philosophical fabric. The ideas that Rufus instilled in his student would go on to shape Stoic thought for generations to come. Thus, Gaius Musonius Rufus, the Roman Socrates, left an indelible mark on Stoic philosophy, one that continues to resonate in the modern world. His teachings, while rooted in the ancient world, still have much to teach us about living a life of virtue and wisdom today. In just a few minutes, we've journeyed through the life of Gaius Musonius Rufus, a central figure in Stoic philosophy. From teaching philosophy in Rome during Nero's reign to his exile and eventual return under Emperor Galba, Rufus's life was marked by resilience and dedication to his philosophical beliefs. His teachings, preserved in lecture notes, emphasized practical ethics and virtue, influencing the very fabric of Stoic philosophy. Rufus challenged societal norms, advocating for women's education and equal moral development. He preached the virtues of simplicity and self-sufficiency, asserting that true contentment could be found by living in harmony with nature. His influence didn't stop at his students in Rome, but extended to Epictetus, another renowned Stoic philosopher. Despite his writings not surviving the sands of time, Rufus's teachings permeate Stoic philosophy, emphasizing the practicality of ethics and Stoic principles in everyday life. Remember, as Rufus taught us, philosophy isn't just theoretical. It's a guide for virtuous action and moral living. Now that's food for thought, isn't it?
Please like and subscribe for more videos.